All right, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the Create You podcast. Kind of being a little awkward here with my hands. Firstly, there's a few things that I kind of want to mention before we start. I am using my camera, which I just recently got. Um, it's a bit of an awkward setup because I have my PC here still, and I have my webcam, and so I'm like recording to use OBS so I can get my audio from the mic, which this also I changed. I'm literally already all over the place, but I got XLR cable into the mic here. So the audio, I think it's supposed to sound better. I don't really know. I would assume so, but I guess we'll find out, in post and kind of when this gets posted. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. Like I kind of have a lot to say. I think this is gonna be a good session here. The lighting is different from on the on the webcam. I guess just they're different. Obviously it's a camera, that's a webcam, so like, there's a bit of a difference there. However, there are a few things that I'm gonna have some trouble with. I don't even know if people really care about this kind of stuff, but like it's just something to talk about, and I guess I can get into a whole lot more just kind of off this, but I think to start I kind of want to mention. Oh yeah, basically I gotta figure out how to get this footage onto the PC and sync up the mic with that. So it's gonna be quite the challenge. Also to fix the brightness, it may be pretty bad. Um, but this is a learning process. Like this is gonna take time. You know, uh, as time goes on, I'll get a little bit better with all this, and I just want to start. Like that's the whole idea of this is just to start. Like, and I feel much more comfortable talking into the camera. I know the angle isn't very good, but like everybody starts somewhere. So like that's what I was talking about last time. It's just like everybody starts somewhere. So that's what I'm trying to do here. And so I feel good. I've been actually working on a lot of different things over the past like 4 or 5 days. I actually go back to work tomorrow, and I'll be there for the next 4 days. I'm not very excited about it. I hate that job. I hate working there. I just don't like being there. And the more that I kind of create on YouTube and just everything that surrounds it, the research, doing the different art, you know, for the channel, like thumbnails or logos or banners or whatever it is, like it's all interesting and it's fun to do and it's challenging mentally. And so like I've been really like enjoying it, and I would say almost overindulging in it at times because I end up staying late because I'm just working on things, but I really shouldn't. Like I should get to bed and make sure that I keep a balance in my life. But it's so hard when I'm like just enjoying what I'm doing. Like I'm genuinely passionate about it. And like since a kid, I've always known that I wanted to do YouTube, but it was always kind of like a like a future thing. Like, oh yeah, I'll eventually do it. Like I just know I know that I'm gonna do it, and I know that I want to be at this point, and like I envision these kind of things. But like I never thought about how to actually get there. And so like now that's kind of where I'm at. And so um, or no, not where I'm at. Where I'm at now is like I'm doing it, and so like I still don't really know what I'm doing. I have ideas, like I don't know how to work the camera that well. I just got it. I gotta go. I bought a mic for it, so like, you know, I can't really. I'm gonna start vlogging once I get that, which should come in a few days. I gotta figure out this situation with the mic and and the camera, like syncing the audio up, and if I take any parts out, I gotta like I gotta edit it and get it together. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted on my phone. Um, so yeah, I gotta figure out that. But I feel much more comfortable with the camera actually. Like I didn't the webcam was cool, but I don't know. Honestly, I think I'm just actually more comfortable. I'm looking in the webcam. I know it's not like working there. It's not on, but I just genuinely feel more comfortable just speaking to the camera. Like it looks good. I feel good, and like we're gonna figure out this together. Like the lighting situation's gonna get better. We're gonna get, we're gonna get like a little backdrop so we don't have to just look at openness. Like it's just kind of an awkward setting. I'll figure out the camera to get it to a better angle, but we're here. We're here. We're doing it, and that's kind of where I've been at. Like I just been really enjoying my work. Um, I've kind of neglected a few parts of my life inadvertently because I've just been like doing my thing. Like it's fun. It's interesting. It's just engaging is the best word. It's fulfilling is I think even a better word. But I have I don't know. I watched the video and I kind of want to just I'm gonna just shoot the shit here. But I was watching a video on like like not setting up your audience for expectations. So not to set them low or not to have anything like planned out or get them hyped, but like what gets them hype is like you should just release it, and that's what gets them hype. Like say somehow I had like JBP on my podcast, don't tell anybody, just do it. That way that you don't set any bars and like you don't what would the word be? Like you don't you don't underachieve like the bar, I guess. I don't know what you would say, what kind of phrase you would use. Um you don't meet the standard. How about that? You don't meet the standard, but if you just put something out, something you've been working on, putting some time into it, then like people will be like, "Oh, this is hype. Like this is cool. Like this is good work. Like this is, whatever." And they don't have any expectations because they didn't know, and so like, "Oh, wow, like here it is." So that brings me to the point that I was going to say is like I have um I would say like a handful of people that I've already kind of discussed with having on the podcast, and now I'm at the point where like I can do that now. I just bought forgot to mention, but I also bought the audio interface, which basically allows me to use this mic as well as another one because before I was using this with USB, which just plugs in directly to the PC. But I heard there's a lot of issues with that, and so you can't. It's hard for the PC to distinguish the difference between the two mics. So like that could be a problem in post with the audio, and so like I didn't want to do that, and so I bought that so you can plug in both mics with the XLR cable, and then they'll be separate somewhat. I mean, you can at least get it to that point when you're editing and stuff, and you can separate the tracks that way that the audios are separate, and you can mess around with each of them in post. So as much of a learning curve as there is for YouTube, and I think content creation in just as a whole, like I didn't really realize that before I started to actually do it. Like when I first started recording, I think roughly like a year ago is when I actually started. Like I actually started to put stuff out. I think some of the videos have been privated since then, but like, you know, I started like actually trying because before I would always talk about it. I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna make YouTube videos, I'm gonna do it, blah 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 blah. I never actually tried it or did it, and so eventually I started to do it. And once I realized like, oh, if you record for like 3+ hours or even a couple hours, like you got to go back in. And I thought at the time, I was like, you have to watch all the footage back. You have to edit all of it. Then you have to go back and watch it all again. And then I was like, nah, there's no way. And as I got a little bit, and so I think actually, I was actually, so kind of to keep it in sequence, I was actually turned off from the idea of that. So I was like, nah, I recorded so many videos. I had like, I don't know, like maybe 20+ hours of footage from gaming. And so, like, you can obviously add that up pretty quickly. And I was like, I don't even know how to get it over to my editing software because the tracks are messed up. All of the audio was together. So it was like, I don't know how to split it. The audio was imbalanced. They were all different volume levels. And I was like, bruh, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know. So I just scrapped all that. And I was like, I'm not going to do it. So that was like the beginning step. This is actually really cool to talk about because like now I'm actually doing it, which is crazy. Like I know nobody really watches it. I only have like on the podcast channel, I only have like 3 subscribers or something. Um, Main channel had like 22, and I get a decent amount of views for I think the channel being where it's at. And so like I'm very grateful for the people who do watch. I don't even know if they're real or who they are, but it's really cool that people are watching. Even if they don't stay and stick around, like it's still cool. Uh, but anyways, going back to the story, like I I I, I actually recorded. Like I finally did it. I recorded, and then I ended up just scrapping all of it. I think I took a few months, and I was like, I just don't want to do it. Like I got lazy. I was like, just I guess maybe overwhelmed would be maybe the word. I just didn't really want to do all the work because I knew like once I started actually trying, I was like, oh shit, like you gotta do this, and this, and then you could put it out. And like me being who I am, I don't want to put out just some half-assed work. Like I want to edit it a little bit. I want to mess with like I want to make it as best as I can with what I know now. Like I don't want to just put it out. Like as much as I feel like that's kind of the thing now, people just put stuff out, and like I think there might be a benefit to that, but like I want to put a little bit of work into the things that I do, make it the best that I can, and hopefully progressively get better over time. Like I think that if you just put stuff out, I mean, it could create an audience, but like I don't know. I guess it's more of just a me thing. Like I want to make the best work that I can for myself because it fulfills me. Even if it's even if other people are like, we don't really care, they can't notice the difference between this and that. And I think that borders on the line of like perfectionism, which I can already see being an issue because I've kind of fallen to that already, which is why I think has also stopped me in the past. So, anyways, going back to what I was saying is like I was I was like recording, and then I got to the point where like I think I actually started recording, then I started to dabble with editing, and then that's when I was like, oh man, this takes forever. I thought it took like days. I was like, man, this takes so long. I had like a couple hours of footage, and I think it still does depending on what you do with the footage, but typically like it shouldn't take you that long. Like honestly, like if you edit like a video, you could take you maybe like depending on how hard you're working and if you're actually like focusing in the flow state and you're actually working and you kind of have an idea of what you're doing and you've already learned some of the controls and the editing software or whatever, then it's really not that bad. Like there's a lot of controls that you can use, a lot of hotkeys that you can mess around with that help speed up the process as well as just experience. Even if it's very you know very like beginner experience, which is I feel like me. Like I don't really know a whole lot, but I have an idea of what I'm doing, so I can kind of do it. And if there's something I want to do that I've seen before, I can look it up and then just go about editing it to that way. So um so yeah, that's what I started to edit, and I think I put out like one video. I'm actually curious to see real quick. Eventually, I'll get to the point where you guys can see what I'm doing on here because I do want to show you, what I'm working on if I'm like clicking about on the channel or whatever. Um, so yeah, I think actually my first, I mean, to be fair, I actually used to put out videos like when I was 18. Uh, those are now privated. They've been private for a long time, but yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, so it's been like a year since I actually started recording. So I actually uploaded last year on April 29th, 2021. I did like an hour long Minecraft video, and the next ones are like 35 minutes, almost 40 minutes. So, I've come a long way. I think that's a bit too long. Um, 20 minutes is a good, I think 30 minutes is okay. It just kind of depends on the content, but I don't want to be putting out videos that long. I guess it really ultimately just kind of depends. Um, so yeah, I started to finally put stuff out. It took me, it looks like, so the next video came out like a week later, and then the one after that came out like a month later. So a little over a month. So like, I was messing with it, but I was like, man, it just takes too long. And then after the third episode for the Minecraft, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this anymore. It's too time consuming. Like I don't want to. I still thought YouTube was what I wanted to do. It's just like all the work I had. I was like, nah. And then more time went on. Uh, Actually, not much more time. No, no. So okay, yeah. So the problem that I had was like I didn't want to edit. That was the thing. I was like, it just takes too long. Like, nah, nah, nah. So then I started doing the podcast, and I was like, this is cool. I could just sit here talk, and it's kind of low editing typically. Um, you don't have to do a whole lot. I guess if I had other things going on, like if I was messing with my computer, and you guys could see, I could have to edit that in, etc. So I started doing the podcast. I released them. I think I released one, and then I released another one like a week later, and then after that, uh, it was like another like 2 or 3 weeks later. So, actually, these are relatively consistent. They're about twice a month. So that's not too bad for a podcast. Um, but then eventually, around a time when I was doing those, sorry, I'm just having a moment of like realization. So I actually, I mean, I was taking weeks, and I know I could have probably been putting more into YouTube, but I think for starting, it wasn't that bad because I started in April 29th and I stopped uploading on the 15th of August, and I uploaded like 7 videos within that time frame. So it's only a handful of months. So I think that's not too bad. That everybody starts somewhere. So like that was me starting and like getting my foot in the door and understanding things, as well as still fighting with, or still like struggling with certain things that I didn't want to do. But as I kind of progressed, I started to watch more videos. I started to watch more videos and like research exactly how to edit faster, all these different things, how to mess with the audio, how to mess with the mic settings, the OBS settings, like all these different things, and I started to figure them out. And so like, man, this is crazy. I'm just like realizing all like my progress in it. I don't think I've ever really done that before. I think last time I looked at my videos, but like now I'm like looking through the time frame of when I started. So like it just makes me feel good because I'm like actually fucking doing it, bro. This is crazy. Uh, and then after August 15th, after the last podcast, um, I ended up moving to New Jersey, which I was trying to go there to make videos. But I was kind of turned off from the idea of doing it on my phone. I was like recording, and my video would stop, and I had no idea that it would stop, and so I'd be like vlogging or whatever, and I'd be talking for like 10 minutes, and it stopped like 10 minutes ago, and I was like, bruh, I was like, this is the worst thing ever. And I had my mom's MacBook at the time because I was gonna edit on that, but like I just never brought myself to do it. I was still trying to figure out the whole setting over there. It was just that was a whole different thing. I guess one of these days I'll get into a podcast and talk about my experience in New Jersey because I was there for like 3.5 months roughly, um, and crazy, not crazy, but definitely incredible experience for sure. I mean, there's a lot to it. There's a bunch of highs and lows within that time frame. So, um, I'll get into that one day. But uh, what am I saying? I kind of forgot the whole point of what I'm talking about. But um, basically, like after that, I came back and then started to release more videos in December, and then it kind of kept going on until January, which is of this year, which is crazy. This is crazy, bro. Oh my God. I'm just like having this realization like these are recent. These are not that old. Like they seem old because I'm like I haven't really uploaded in a while, but like once I got back, I kind of got to like I got to work. Like I released in the 18th of December, January 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 4th, 11th, 21st, February 2nd, 10th, and then again in March 7th, 26th, April, and then May. And like, these aren't that long ago. Like I know I could probably do more, but I think I put a lot of work into these, and I really like am proud of the work that I put into them. I did a lot of editing that I never done before, and I feel like if you watch the Minecraft series more specifically, like you see the audio progressively get better with mine as well as with Jaden, fixing the audio with the game, adding like music in the background, um, adding memes and certain effects during the videos, making better cuts and better transitions into certain things, to different scenes, or even with the music and the memes, like just the way that I kind of put them into together to create like a cohesive story. Like it got really good. Like I I don't really think I realized that. And then I started to release new content, which was zombies. I hadn't put that out before, so like I just want to create the content that I enjoy on there. And I think as time progressed, I kind of started to realize like gaming just isn't as fun as it used to be. I don't know if it's just the games that I'm playing. Maybe I'm getting older and I just don't like games as much, or what it really is. But you know, I I only play games, kind of rarely now, and so like it's kind of rare that I'll get into a game and I'm like, oh yeah, I actually want to play this game. Like I'm actually just interested in playing this. So like I don't know. I think that's why I got this camera so I can vlog because I think I'd really like vlogging. And so like as of recently, I figured out how to make thumbnails. So I went in, changed all the thumbnails for all the videos except like the Rocket League videos, which I might actually go and do. I guess why not? I was kind of like I kind of didn't want to because I don't care about those videos that much, but I think it'll look good. Why not? Even if it's something simple and basic, like it's better than nothing, and it'll look good on the channel. So all the Minecraft ones are done, and I think I did 7 of them, and I got a little bit better as I progressed. I found some new things that I wanted to do, some new ideas. I made like a I guess almost like a compilation. So I have like different pictures in each section, and then I kind of like bordered like have borders on it, and then they still have that familiarity with the it says like Minecraft right at the top, and then on the bottom left it has like the episode number so people can see it. I changed some of the titles around, and also made them maybe a bit more interesting to the eye. Once you see them and you read them, you're like, oh, okay, like what's going on in this? Like not clickbait, but just making it interesting and kind of drawing a viewer in to watch it. Um, and even on my first video, that one has the most views. It's I don't know why, but it just keeps like going up. Like now it's like at 170 something. I think last time we talked it was like 140, 150. That was like a week ago. So like it's crazy that it's just like going up. I don't know why. I really don't. And people are clicking off within the first like 30 seconds, or after 30 seconds they're clicking off. So like what I did within those 30 seconds, but I have a viewer, I'm like, hey, I put up like a little card. I was like, hey, go check out this video. Like, this is the next one in the series. Like, the audio is fixed in this one. Like, go check it out. Go see what you think. Like, because I think that was probably the biggest issue. Like, when you listen to it, the audio is so low, you can barely hear Jaden. There's no game audio, and it's just me talking, like, pretty much the whole time. So, like, a lot of problems, a lot of issues. But, like I said, if you watch them, you progressively see them get better in terms of editing, the audio, the story that's being created. All that stuff. It just got better, like all of it, man. Like I don't know what else to say, but that's how it is now. So I'm very proud of that. The other things that I was working on while I was creating the thumbnails for the videos was like all the art for the podcast channel. So I did thumbnails for that. I guess only one thumbnail, but I did that. Also did the banners. Made sure that things look good. They have they have their own colors, and it's like the brand colors, I guess you could call it. And it all looks really good. Like I'm very proud of the work that I did. I feel like I put some time and effort into this stuff. I've done some research, you know, to for all these different things. Like it's a lot of stuff that I feel like I have to learn. Like I'm learning mics and this whole audio interface thing. Like I had to learn how to get the tracks to be separate for mine and somebody else's audio, and then figuring that out in my editing software. Being able to put the podcast out I gotta actually mess with this here pretty soon, but getting the podcast out on different platforms such as like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or whatever people listen to, whatever platform they're on. I gotta figure out how to do that. Well, I understand how to do it. I think there's some more things I have to add to actually get it out, which kind of reminds me now I haven't done any art for that, which I should probably get to. But I feel like overwhelmed, but like it's like a good amount of work because I'm like, I gotta learn audio interface. I gotta figure out this camera thing because this is crazy to me. Like I don't know anything about aperture or like the focusing or all these image stabilization. Like I'm just throwing out words that I've heard today. Like just doing this like autofocus or like the brightness. I don't know. I just looked up some stuff and I don't really understand it because it's all different. There's different types of filmmaking. There's different types of like situations in which you use the camera in certain settings. Certain like the image, something, whatever the fuck it is. Like there's all these different things, and I want to be able to be proficient in the camera. Like I want to be able to do like Casey Neistat type like vlogs. Like I think that'll be really cool. But like that's a whole thing. That's a whole lot of things I gotta learn. The mic thing is really not that bad, I guess. But I gotta kind of learn that. Editing, I want to be able to be a little bit better, and more proficient with editing and making it just better. Um, I have two channels, like that's a little bit of work there. I gotta, find the balance to be able to put out things on both. I gotta manage my job. I gotta go to work. I gotta still meal prep, trying to gain some weight, but also gotta meal prep just because I need to eat at work. I gotta clean up in the house. I gotta take care of my dog. Like there's a lot of things going on. I'm like, this is crazy. Like all this is going on, but like I wish that I just could do YouTube because when I'm doing it the past few days, I've literally like I don't want to do anything else. Like I don't want to go grocery shopping. I don't want to like eat. I don't want to like do all these different things. I'm just like I want to do YouTube. I just want to be here and do all I can with this. Like it's just so interesting and like challenging and engaging and fulfilling. Like, and I'm just so passionate about it all. And I just want to fucking do it. And I thought like earlier I was like, what if I like didn't have a job and stuff, like I could put all the time that I have into this. Like that just makes me happy thinking about it. But like at the same time, I don't know how long I can do that before I get burnt out because I know it's a big thing, but I just feel like I've never really experienced burnout. Um, so I don't know. Maybe I have, but I can't really like, maybe I wasn't conscious enough or I, I wasn't aware of what it feels like. I don't know. So like that also kind of scares me. There's also other things that I've been neglecting. Like I need to be stretching and stuff because I have like my shoulders and my back is like they're like kind of like, they're like shifted wrong. Like I have like a winged out shoulder blade. So I got to make sure that I'm stretching. I got to take care of Lola. Like I said, I got to make sure I'm milk, like all these different things. I'm like, bruh, there's a lot going on, but like, it just excites me like to take it all on because before I was like, nah, bro, I don't want to have to learn all this stuff, man. It's just too much. But now I'm like, give me all that stuff. I want to learn all of it, and I want to be good at it, and I want to be better at it, and just I want my, I just want all my videos to progressively get better, and like while I'm doing all that, like I get better, like I can eventually, hopefully, make a living off of this, or maybe I get to the point where I'm good at with my camera and I'm good with editing. That's crazy. I like that's just crazy to me. Like I just thinking about it, I'm like, wow, I could quit my job eventually and maybe like if I'm still not like making money on YouTube, I could be like a freelancer where I go out and I work for other people where I can make decent money and do something that I love and learn and get experience doing it for, these people or whatever it is. Like I can do all those things and like I'm just so excited. But there's so much going on. It's like I got to make sure I keep that balance and that's kind of the hardest part. So like honestly, like tonight, what time is it? I really shouldn't have started recording this, but like I was just sitting here and I was like, man, I'm just excited and I was like I only have like an hour before I got to get ready for bed cuz I'm trying to have like an hour before bed where I relax and like cuz when I've done that in the past, it's very beneficial for me, I think so. Like I don't have to I feel like most days I'm just like on go mode, like I'm just rushing everywhere, I'm just going crazy. And when I have those moments where I'm just chilling and I'm relaxing, I'm stretching, I'm meditating, I'm walking low, like those are very low effort, low energy kind of things and like it's things that I enjoy like doing. Like it's kind of like a reset kind of moment. Um and I kind of neglect it a little bit. So I think it's good that I do that. So I'm really trying to get into the groove of that. But I just don't want to stop doing this. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Uh, I've definitely jumped all over the place, and so like I don't know, like this is just like they always talk about you never really like get to the point. Like people were like, oh, I can't wait to fulfill my dreams, but like you never really get to that point. Like you just like this right now. Like I felt like that at one point, but now I'm like, this is it. I think that's why I'm like so happy because I'm realizing like I am living out my dreams now. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be doing these kind of things. Like I'm here. There's nothing else I can say. I'm literally I'm here. This is what living out your dreams is like, and I'm just so excited to. Sorry, I'm playing with this little thing here. I'm just so excited to be doing this, man, and like I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of ideas that I've been like keeping in the vault for a while, and I'm just excited to. I don't know. I keep saying I can't say it enough. Like I'm just excited to be doing it, man. Like I'm here, and I'm just I don't want to get too sentimental here, but I'm just excited for the people who do watch and like who are here, and it means a lot to me, man. It really does. Like the people who are here watching, it's cool. It's amazing. It's incredible that there's people out here 167 views watching my Minecraft videos. Like, you know, like that's crazy to me. Coming to conclude the podcast here, you know, I've just kind of realized all these different things within the past few days, and like, when I'm at work, I hate that place, and like I just hate being there. I hate everything about it. But like you have to make money to pay the bills, and I wouldn't have all these things that I have without having to do all that. So like I'm trying to see it as like I'm trying to have that perspective. I'm trying to have, you know, I'm trying to sacrifice the now for the future, because I think it's important. Like I've had moments in my life where like there's been opportunities that I've been given, or that have I guess confronted me, and so like I feel like I took advantage of the opportunities that I had, but I didn't really like use them to the best of my abilities to like help future me. So like now that I'm in that position, I'm really trying to do my best to like, because before, all the money that I would have made, I would have been buying like clothes or food or like stuff for the house that doesn't really matter. It was more like it just looks good, and like I just want people to like my house. But like now I'm like, I want people to like my house still, but I want to like my house. I want to make it look good for me, and also like it's just not that important anymore. Like I've really tried to refocus my mind and figure out what's important to me, and that's this YouTube. Like that's why I bought this camera. That's why I bought this mic. That's why I bought this audio interface. That's why I bought another mic. That's why like eventually I'm gonna buy like another monitor. Like I'm gonna buy, whatever it is that I need. I gotta buy some stuff for the camera. Like, but at the same time, I'm also trying to keep enough money saved up for other goals, like financial goals that I have as well, so I can eventually move to a different city and kind of experience new life or whatever, like just something else, so that way I can still keep growing in other realms of my life. Um, so, you know, there's quite a bit going on, but like I said, I'm very excited to take all of it on, but I'm trying to be very, I think my excitement gets the best of me, but I'm trying to also remain like level headed and aware and observant of what I'm doing, but not getting too caught up in that, and getting too like paralyzed uh, by all the analysis that you know that I'll be doing, and just doing it. So that's why I'm here. That's what I'm doing. Um, but yeah, I think uh, I think that's about all I really have to say today. But if you guys made it this far, I appreciate you watching. And there's some things coming soon that I'm very excited to just to do, and as well as share it with you guys, and kind of bring you guys along this journey with me as I progress in my career with YouTube, for now. And real quick, I also eventually want to start to stream, but like I don't want to add too much to my plate, because having two channels is already kind of a lot. I still don't know everything about what needs to be done in those channels. Like I said, I just barely started doing thumbnails. Like I put that off, and I was like, nah, I don't need those thumbnails. But like now I'm like, yeah, I need those thumbnails. I need the banners. I need to make sure the channel looks good, because that's where people come. That's like my home. So it should look good. It should kind of represent me and my channel, my content, and all that tied together. Um, so like I said, I wanted to eventually do streaming, which I was kind of opposed to, because I kind of didn't care. I thought it was kind of lazy, but I like the culture of it, and the sense of community that you'll have with people. Like I could just be chilling right here, and like have the homies in chat talking to me like about random shit. Like that's cool. That's interesting. So I want to do that. I want to eventually make like a Patreon, uh, for the real homies who want to see more, you know who care about me as a person further. And even the people who are watching this, I'm not trying to like take away from that, because the people who are here supporting, even if it doesn't mean financially, like that doesn't really matter to me. Like if you're watching my videos, like that's more than enough. Like that, like to think that a person, like an actual person, is sitting out there, like wherever in the world, and they decided to watch me, even if it was for 10 seconds or 30 seconds or a minute or a whole video, like that's crazy. And that's like, it doesn't, like that doesn't seem real. Like it's just, I don't know. Like it's very hard to comprehend these kind of things, because like I don't know. It's just, it really is hard to wrap my head around it, because it's just something I wanted to do since I was a kid. And it just, like I've always envisioned it, but like I don't know how to explain it. Like I just never really thought people would actually watch. So I don't know. Lots of moments of like, in what would you call it? Maybe like of insight here. No, not insight. It's like a lot of moments of realization here that I'm having. So I'm gonna leave it at that for now. If you guys made it this far, I do appreciate it a lot. And I hope to see you guys soon. Again, I'm gonna try to put out as many podcasts as I can, because I actually really enjoy doing these. It's very like chill, kind of laid back, relaxed. Uh, but I still get to do what I love doing. So yeah, that's about all I got for tonight. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Real quick, if you don't know, which I assume most people who are here are probably from the main channel, but if you don't know and you're subscribed here, or you're watching this video, I do have a main channel where I post some gaming videos. Um, Pretty much that's all it is right now, but eventually I want to kind of branch out and do other things like vlogs or video essays, or um, things of that nature, maybe some challenge videos, or videos with me and my friends, or whatever. Like just whatever I feel like creating, whatever I'm enjoying at the time, that's what I want to do. So um, yeah, again, if you guys made it this far, I do appreciate it. I appreciate you guys just watching in general. Um, if you're new here, consider subscribing. Ring the notification bell. Why not? You can help a homie out. Like the video, comment if you want. That's cool. I'll interact with you. I mean, nobody really comments, but if you do, I'll be sure to like it and say what's up, and we can kind of talk down there. Um, if there's anything you guys want to see in the future on the podcast channel, on the main channel, or whatever, if you got any ideas, or things, questions, like anything, like it doesn't matter, like throw it out there, and I'm sure I can use it, and I'd also be glad to kind of interact with you guys in that kind of manner. So yeah, I do appreciate you guys watching again. I've said it like 5 times now, but I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, later.